Hey guys, it is JStarWars360 here with another Agents of Sheild vlog. This is the magical place, Tahiti episode. Now, in case you don't remember, end of the last episode, Agent Coulson was kidnapped by... Sorry about that. There we go. Agent Coulson was kidnapped by Centipede. In this episode, Sheild is trying to find him. And they have Agent Hand running the show. And Sky gets kicked off the plane because Agent Hand doesn't think she's useful. This episode was pretty good, except for the end. So first off, it had a great opening. I like seeing all the agents work together in like this heist-style episode. I like how the woman, Agent Hand from the Hub episode, came back. It's kind of cool to see it come back. I like seeing an episode where stuff's actually happening. And it was interesting seeing Sheild run by someone different. Like, there's more agents on the plane. There's a lot more restrictions. I mean, Sky gets kicked off. And it was really interesting to see. I also like, when they may intentionally have Sky kicked off the plane because she knows she's going to be better at finding Coulson when she's off the grid, when there aren't a lot of Sheild agents watching her. And it's really clever the way she is able to hack into a computer, because she has the bracelet on so Sheild can track her, so she needs to find a way to get access without tracking her. And what she does is really clever. I mean, I love her whole plan of she's originally going to drive to some guy's house. Plan to drive to this guy's house to get him to do it for her because Sky can't do it herself. And, her whole plan is covered, like how she crashes her car so the OnStar will tow her to her house, and how she dresses up as Melinda May, Agent May, to pull it off. That was kind of cool. That whole thing was... I always like it when characters come up with plans. So she finds out. But I think the highlight of this episode was the plotline of Coulson. We see him being held prisoner by the girl in the flower dress. And she has this memory machine which can access memories in the subconscious. And if Coulson cooperates, he could find out how he died. No, not how he died, how he came back. And that was really good. There was some great acting by Coulson in terms of his character being broken psychologically and physically. There's one part where he does the dummy cliche to try and escape it. I'm curious. I need to go back and watch it and see where he got the tweezers, because Clark Gregg tweeted that if you rewind, you can see him grabbing them, but I didn't see it. Really like his acting in the torture scene. That whole scene was just really uncomfortable and unpleasant, but I feel bad for the kids who were watching this, and then you come to this episode and it's like disturbing. Especially the reveal where we see that Tahiti, this place he keeps dreaming about, which I guess is a memory of when he first came back to life. And you see him he's not actually in Tahiti, he's on an operating table, and it's disturbing. It's like heads open, you can see his brain, there's all these needles touching his brain, it's like, and Coulson's like, kill me, I wanna die! But yeah, that was kind of disturbing. Oh yeah, there was a decent effect with the plane, like turning around, the engines come out. Although it's clearly CG, it does not look real at all, but low budget TV show, what are you gonna do? So there's some questions that are coming up. One thing, is Han still gonna be like butting heads with Sheild, or is she just gonna let him be from now on? Also, Centipede, what are they gonna do? They lost their main woman. I mean, I know, I'll talk about... Although there is Mr. Peterson, who shows up at the end and has the eye in him. As to how he survived, I guess Centipede somehow allowed him to survive, but I don't know. Also, what about Skye? I mean, because she got the bracelet taken off. I mean, does Coulson trust her not to go snooping around for information on her backstory? I really don't know, but so that'll be interesting. See, actually, I know for a fact the next episode we're going to learn what happened to Skye's parents. Hopefully we'll get the full story, but I'm curious to see that. Oh yeah, one thing, IGN touched on this, and I completely agree. We do learn a bit about what happened to Coulson, that he did die for... He was dead for quite some time, and then they brought him back through some powerful means, which they don't go into detail about how he died, and how difficult it was, how duplicatable it was. And yeah, that does sort of bother me. I mean, it was kind of disappointing and vague. It was like when we learned what happened to Zuko's mom in Avatar, and the uncle's like, she did treacherous things to protect you, and it was a... I don't even understand. But point is, in Agents of Sheild... No, I just lost my train. It was very vague, and I wish they'd be more clear as to what the process was and can it be duplicated. Because if you can bring people back from the dead, as IGN points out, it raises the question, why can't you do this more often? But who knows, maybe they'll go into more detail in a later episode. But can you stop teasing the question, Sheild, and just... I think I give this show more credit than it's due sometimes. But yeah, so overall, by Agents of Sheild standards, I think this was a pretty good episode as far as moving the story forward. It didn't answer our questions fully, but it was a step forward. And hopefully next episode with Seeds, we'll learn what happened to Skye. So, what do you think of this episode? Are you happy with the explanation we got for Coulson? Or do you want more? Was this a good way for Agents of Sheild to come back after a mid-season hiatus? Comment below and let me know. This is Chief Star Wars 360 signing out.